Emilie Deslauriers.
Hi.
It's really nice to have you here. I appreciate you coming in. We know a lot about you. You probably don't know too much about us. You looked a little bit into us, into Apex Meditations and what we do. We're a mindset app.
Yeah.
How does someone get into these super long races? How do you get prepared for that? How did you even get into this sport in the first place?
That's a good question. I've always been into sports. Ever since I was a child, my parents were really wanting us to move, and we really have a lot of energy, so we needed something to like get our energy out. So I did downhill skiing for a while, and I was also a ski instructor, and I loved like transmitting my passion to younger skiers. Mm-hmm. And in high school, there was a 5K that was organized, and my mom, my dad, and I started running, training for this 5K. We were not runners, and we all loved it, and we continued running. And I was also always a swimmer. I was a lifeguard at one point also, so now I had the swim, the run, so I was only missing the bike. And I really just loved pushing myself, and I wasn't like really in competition mode, like competitors, or
yeah.
Like I just wanted to do it for fun with my family and friends. So I did 5Ks, 10Ks, and then my uncle, who was doing half Ironman, so long distance efforts, mm-hmm. He was like, why don't you try biking, and then you can combine all three sports and just start doing triathlons like I do. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, I can start. So he gave me a bike that they weren't using, and I loved it. I really loved the challenge and the new sport that I had now discovered.
Yeah.
And I did my first sprint triathlon in Saint-Lambert on the south shore of Montreal, and I really loved it. And from like one thing led to another, and I was like, I did sprints, I did Olympics, so that's a higher distance, like double the sprint distance. And then I was like, I think I want to do what my uncle was doing, so half Ironman. And I started reading a lot about Ironmans and where it came from, and triathlons, and there's a lot of things to learn about biking, like the gear that you can have, and I really got into it, and I loved it. So I did my first half Ironman in 2021, and I kind of liked it more, this distance, than the shorter ones, because I feel like I'm better at long distance sports. It's less, like the heart rate is lower, everything's just like, you get to settle in and just really enjoy every part of the triathlon.
Do you think that we are pre-built to either like long distance running or short distance, or is this something that you can teach yourself and kind of equip your body to change?
I think like it's gonna be a weird comparison, but
That's fine.
Some people are like morning people, and others are people that thrive at night.
Right.
And I feel like you can't really change that. It's like inside someone.
Inherently built in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same for this. I don't think. I think some people are really more thrive in shorter distances, and others in long distance. A lot of people don't even want to get into long distance, like endurance sports, because it's just too long. It's just there's too many sacrifices that you have to do. There's too many hours, or like everything's just too much. So a lot of people are focusing on shorter ones and just having fun there. But I think ultimately, if you put your mind into it, anybody can do it, not just like at a certain level of like high
Right.
competition, like just
Right.
complete it. I think a lot of people can just do it if they put the time.
So you started doing 5-kilometer and 10-kilometer runs, and then you ended up in a place where you've now done 7 42.2-kilometer runs. You're running all over the world. How does someone go from running 5 to 10 kilometers? I know it's a simple question and it's about practice, but sometimes people need to hear this because there's a lot more that goes into it than just practice, right? How do you go from 5 kilometers and 10 kilometers to consistently running all over the world 42.2 kilometers at a time?
I think we see a lot of hype on social media around marathon, ultra marathon, Ironmans and everything, and people doing like from couch to Ironman in 100 days. But for me, I really did it gradually, and that's how I think I thrive in this sport, because I went really step by step in order to not injure myself and build you asked me earlier, how do you manage your time with your full-time job and training like 15, 20 hours a week? But I didn't start with 15, 20 hours a week. I started with like 3 hours, and then 5, and then 6, 7. Then gradually, that's how I integrated it in my life, and that's how I feel like it's easier, because I did it gradually, and I just set new goals every time I raced, and I kept achieving them or not, and then it fueled something in me that like, okay, I need to train harder a little bit to get to that goal. And just the running community everywhere is just so nice, and I get to meet so many people from different backgrounds. Some, it's like they're 100 marathon that they're doing right next to me. It's like, yes, I did a lot, but I'm not near what they did, like some of them did. And I just love like exchanging with people and getting to know their story.
What's your goal? Where do you want to get to? Like, what kind of distance running do you want to do?
Right now I'm training for my first full Ironman in Lake Placid on July 19, so it's coming up. So that's my goal, and ultimately, I don't know if you know this, but the World Championships of Ironman are in Kona, Hawaii, and so you have to earn your slot to be able to get there.
Oh, no way.
And I want to go there this year. So usually you have to end up in the top 3 on the podium of your age group category. So for women between the age of 25 and 29 for me, so I would have to get on the podium.
So getting on the podium at Lake Placid would earn you a Hawaii?
A Kona slot, for
really
this year
Yeah,
in
I had
October.
no idea how that worked. That's really cool. And how many people are competing at Lake Placid, roughly?
I think roughly 5,000. Yeah.
Wow.
But I don't know the exact number, but yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah.
Both male, men and women, mostly male though. I think it's like less than 20% of women are participating in Ironmans.
Is it a really male-dominated sport?
Yeah,
Okay.
really. So that's why I love seeing women get into endurance sports, because it's always been like more associated with men, but now we see pro triathletes getting better and better every year at these Ironman World Championships. And I actually participated in the World Championships of the half Ironman 2 years in a row, and I got to meet pro triathletes, and they had like insane insight, and they're always really happy to talk to age groupers that make it to the World Championships. Age groupers meaning like me, not a pro. And in the World Championships, it's actually on Saturday all women, and on Sunday only men. So racing an all-women race is like just, I don't know, another level of girls supporting girls, and like everyone is just so happy to be there, and so like encouraging throughout the whole race. And it's just like a different feel to get passed by girls, only girls, so there's no men there. And I just want to experience this in Kona this year, hopefully.
Something I've wondered is, I always see those videos of triathletes and long distance runners where at the end of the race, they're like barely crawling over the line.
Yeah.
What kind of effect does it have on the next couple of days? Is there any, like, what's the rehabilitation in a sense from a long run?
I feel like the marathon is harder on the body than a half Ironman. I don't know about the Ironman. I think it's hard, but doing a standalone marathon where you're trying to reach like a specific goal, like example qualifying for Boston Marathon, which is one of the world majors, is harder on the body than doing a half Ironman because of the time it takes. So like running a for me, like a 3:15 marathon is harder than doing a 5-hour 15 half Ironman. And like I did the Ottawa Marathon 2 weeks ago, and it took me a week before I like started training again, because
Wow.
it's just like you go so deep and you're just hurting so much, but your mind is like, no, I want to reach that goal. So you shut off all the pain that you have, and it's sort of adrenaline that comes on, and you don't feel as much pain as you are truly in. And then at the finish line, that's when like a lot of people can't walk, or like are crawling, or just like their body shut down at the end. And that's when you know that they really gave it their all, and it was like a really hard effort. But yeah, it's long. You have to take recovery like very seriously.
Clearly, it's really hard on the body. But if you were to allocate a specific percentage to being in tip-top shape and the effort you have to put in to have maximum outcome body-wise, and then a percentage to a strong mindset and what that involves, how would you do it? Would it be 50-50?
No,
Okay.
definitely 20% the strength that you build throughout your workouts and everything, and 80% the mindset.
Wow, that
yeah,
much?
Yeah, that much.
Okay.
Honestly, yes, you do have to train hard and do your intervals, like your tempo runs, do some VO2 max, threshold work, and long runs, like easy long runs as well, just like to build the volume and be able to sustain this type of intense
You build
workout.
like a VO2 max for your lung capacity, or what do you mean by that?
Yeah, well, you just hit like a certain level. Yeah, like you look at your heart rate, and then you just like hit certain paces to maintain this heart rate, and it sort of like builds your VO2 max throughout these. I'm no coach. I have a coach, so
Yeah.
I just follow her plan. But yeah, and obviously like when you're hurting during a marathon, like I said, there's adrenaline, there's your mindset that comes on and just like shuts all the pain that you're feeling, because you are so focused on the goal that you want to attain, and you just think about like the last 16 weeks that you trained for, that you sacrificed everything like to get to that start line healthy and ready. So you just focus on that, and you can hurt after.
So you're clearly a cerebral person. You put a lot of thought and effort into things. While you're running the run, beginning, middle, end, is there specific thoughts going through your head, or do you try to have a clear slate? How does it, like, what happens to you at the start, in the middle, and the end? What's going through your head?
For example, like for a marathon?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just at the start line. I'm always, like the first 2Ks, my heart rate is like super high, because I'm just so nervous and happy to be on the start line.
That's interesting.
And I'm surrounded by, obviously you have pacers during marathons that like, if you follow this guy, you're gonna do a sub 3:10 or a sub 3 hour marathon. So
A pacer is just someone that you're like kind of following?
you're
in a
following,
sense?
they have like a sign with
Okay.
the time and that they are going to do.
Okay.
And if you follow them, you're sure to
Are
get.
those people on like a bicycle or like a motorcycle, or are they just
No,
running?
they're running.
Okay.
So they're runners that are like, if I was following the 3:10 pacer for the
Yeah.
marathon, but for him it's a super easy, chill pace.
I was gonna say, these people must be like super elite.
Yeah. So
be-
like for him, I didn't ask him what his marathon time was, but
Right.
it's usually like 30 minutes or more faster than what they're pacing.
So this pace thing is like practice to them in a way.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
That's
They're just,
interesting.
and it's a challenge for them too, because for them it's easy, but they don't want to go too fast, because otherwise we're gonna get like, for us it's hard, and they don't want to start out too fast and burn us, and then have to slow down at the end because they're gonna miss their 3:10. So it's really hard being a pacer. I never tried it because there's too much pressure. I don't want to do it, but so yeah, I follow pacers because it clears my mind of like, I know that if I follow them, I'm not going too fast or too slow. I'm just on pace to get my target that I want. So I'm not looking at my watch, like I'm just following them and taking my gels when I want. And also you're running in a pack, you don't have the headwind, you're like, you have the disadvantage of
Right.
blocking the wind with all these people. And you get people cheering, saying like, let's go sub 3:10, or like, and it's just like more encouraging. So those are the first few kilometers for me. I'm just like enjoying it. I'm just so grateful to be there. And then it's like at the Ottawa Marathon, it got hard at around like 17K. And usually in a marathon, you want the first 21K to be like a warm up and feel fresh. And I was already feeling super tired at 17K. So I was like, wow, this is not gonna be a good marathon. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. So I slowed down. I was like, I can't follow the 3:10 pacer. So I just slowed down. I thought about it. I was like, okay, you just have to reach 21K, and then you're gonna see your friends at 25K. So I'm thinking about like smaller goals to achieve. And a little bit, I'm crying a little bit because like I'm sad to probably miss my goal that I wanted, but I'm not giving up. I'm just letting all this emotion in. I'm just processing everything. I'm like, it has to get out. But if you cry, then you hyperventilate and then your heart rate goes up. So you don't really want to cry that much. But then when I reached 30K, usually it's the wall, or like 30 to 32K, it's like the wall that you hit during a marathon. And there was a guy running next to me, and that is why I love the running community. He was running next to me, and he told me, do you want to go 4:40 pace, like per kilometer? I was like, yeah. So he was like, okay, I'm your pacer. And then we just ran side by side. When there was a headwind, he went in front of me. He was like, go behind me. You don't need this headwind, you're struggling. So I was like, okay. And then we started talking, and I got to know his life story. It was his first marathon.
During the run?
During the run, yeah, we were talking.
Doesn't that take more energy though?
Yeah, but also it takes your mind off of the pain that you're feeling.
Okay. So it's a balancing act.
Yeah, it's a balancing act. And just hearing him say like, oh, not another hill, or like, oh.
Well, this guy sounds so nice.
He was really nice.
He could have probably just kept going, right? And like maybe achieved a better time, but he chose to help you out.
Yes. He was like, I wanted to do a sub 3-hour marathon for my first. I puked at kilometer 13, so that was out the door. So now my new goal is for you to qualify for Boston and get that sub 3:20. And if you get it, if I bring you to that finish line, I'm gonna have like won my marathon. And I was like,
did you get there?
I did.
All right, congrats.
I
so
did
you're gonna go to
350.
Boston Marathon then?
I am going to Boston next year.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said something that stood out to me, which was, you felt bad at 17 minutes, 70 kilometers.
Yeah.
Right. But that's not typical for you.
No.
Okay. Why does that happen? Why is it that some runs at 17 kilometers, you're full of energy and sky's blue and you're good? And then some runs at 70 kilometers, you're the same human being. What's changed?
There's a lot of external things that can affect how you feel. In Ottawa, there's a lot of hills, whereas in Montreal, on the South Shore at least, we don't have a lot of hills. So that takes a toll on the body that I was not used to. There's also, I didn't sleep in my bed the night before, so that can affect how you feel.
Micro details, right? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The rain, it was raining, so that's like another aspect. So to take into account, it was sort of cold, colder than expected, so that can affect.
Do you eat specific things or like drink specific things, like maybe take specific vitamins? Do you do any testing in regards to vitamins? I know these guys, I asked, I met them recently, they're from Kintra. Like shout out Kintra, it's a new company up and coming. And they were showing me a really cool product where essentially they take like a swab of saliva, I think, or a little of your blood, and they can assess like levels and what you're deficient in, like on the spot, so you could perform at your best.
Yes.
So do you do any of that kind of stuff?
I didn't do this specific test. I think it's a lactate test that you have to do to like know your specific zones of heart rate to train at to be the best, to become the best. These you have to do like with a professional, and no, I never did that, but I do take supplements like creatine every day. That helps with recovery and the muscles.
Definitely.
I want to start taking collagen because for women it's good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I
I
take
heard like ocean collagen, or fish collagen is probably the best form of collagen.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've heard a lot about that. I have a couple of friends that were telling me about that exactly.
Yeah, I take vitamin D because we don't have a lot of sun in the winter, especially
True.
here.
Yeah.
And magnesium for like sleep recovery and everything.
Okay.
But during the runs, it's mostly carbs focused. So gels that I take, or you can have liquid carbs that you drink also. Every 5K, like the pro triathletes are around, I think, maybe 180 grams of carbs per hour. I'm more around 80 grams because you have to train your gut to be able to sustain this amount of carbs that you're consuming. And it depends on the effort that you're doing as well. The more you're pushing yourself, the faster you're gonna feel like, oh, I need this like sugar boost to help me fuel.
Have you ever had any injuries? Ankles, knees?
I did, yes. I did have struggle with shin splints a lot. My Achilles tendon, because I twisted my ankle a couple times, so that takes a long time to heal. And I've had hip pain also. So I'm really focusing with my coach on mobility training and strength training to prevent injuries like that. And so far so good this year. I know that runners and triathletes don't really want to go to the gym, but it is really a crucial part of staying injury free during the season. And even pro triathletes like really.
And the coach you're working with, is he specifically disciplined for runners?
She,
sorry?
yeah. She has a triathlon
Background?
group. I don't, triathlon club.
Okay.
Yeah, and she also coaches athletes individually when they want. So
What's a triathlon club? Like she owns a club where people go running together?
yeah, she started a triathlon club and she
Okay.
has coaches for run, swim, and bike.
Okay.
And people can gather every week to go to their the trainings that they do. It's really more when you don't like, yes, you can have specific goals, but it's to train with other people and have coaches available to you. But when you want, like for me, because I have such like high goals and really specific ones, I wanted to have just a coach for me that did my individual plan based on how I was feeling and like what I want to achieve. And I can like talk to her whenever I want. I'm like, I feel tired today. I didn't sleep well or anything. Like, can you adjust the plan? Or like, I want to do more of this. Do you think we can arrange something? You know, so it's really more tailored for you, obviously.
Yeah. How much sacrifice did it take to get here?
Not really. Honestly, for me, it's just like, yes, it is a lot of time that you have to invest in the sport, but I feel like when you surround yourself with people that support you and also friends and family that join you on those trainings, it makes it less like lonely and makes it feel less like a sacrifice that you're doing, or much rather like you're investing in yourself and in your goals.
Does your uncle do any marathons with you still, or?
No,
Okay.
he's retired.
He's retired,
yeah.
Yeah.
But he supports. So
Okay.
the people on the support crew
Yeah.
are as important as the other like athletes that you train with, because just seeing them, the boost of energy that it can give you just to see your family and your friends on the sidelines just cheering you on with their like, go Emily, or like then a high five, just a hug or something.
Yeah.
It just like really means the world that they show up for you, and they only get to see you for like 2 seconds. Like, you're not stopping this, you're just like looking at them saying like hi. And it just like really makes a difference to have a support system around you and that support your goals and that are happy to see you thrive, because honestly, you have to remember why you're doing this. It's important to have, like, not just everybody's doing it, I'm gonna do it. You need to have a strong, like, purpose in to be able to make these sacrifices seem not like a sacrifice, if you know what I mean.
No, I know what you mean, 100%. And so I guess that they give you a motivation during the run, and they keep you going, right? It gives you a sense of confidence.
Yeah.
Like you could be hitting a wall, like you say in the run, and then if you see them or think about them, it pushes you over that line, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And what else is confidence to you? Like how does someone gain confidence, whether it's going to be at a job or in any situation? Because you're a very confident person. And what does it take to be a confident person?
I feel like you need to believe in yourself, and to believe in yourself, it goes back to having people around you that also believe in you. I didn't have, like I said, I wasn't a competitive runner before. I was just doing it for fun. And then on my first marathon, I did get a Boston qualifier time, and I was like, wow, okay, so I can be a fast runner. Like,
It's incredible.
I can do it. So that's when it shifted in me, and I was like, okay, if I put in the work, if I do intervals, I do like specific workouts to get faster and faster, I think I can do it. And so that's what I did. And every time I got a PR during a race, a half marathon, a 5K, a 10K, whatever, I was just like obviously gaining confidence in myself and being like, okay, it works. And if I continue to work, like how far can I go? How far can my body and my mind bring me to be, you know?
Yeah, you kept pushing.
I kept pushing.
Yeah.
And getting a coach with, like, obviously having this goal of qualifying for the World Championships in Kona is really high. It's really scary, and it can seem like unachievable, unattainable. But having a coach, she was like, I know you can do it. I know you can. If you put in the work, you're gonna go. You're gonna do it. And for the Ottawa Marathon, she was like, you can do it. You're a sub 3 hour girl. You have this potential. You just have to believe in yourself and do the training and do the work, and you're gonna get there.
That's interesting. She instilled that mindset in
Yeah.
you.
I don't know if it was like psychology that she was doing. She was trying to like wire my brain into thinking that I can do it, but just the fact that not someone from my friend or family, just this coach that I chose, obviously, told me, from what I see, from the numbers that I see, you can run so much faster. You have so much potential. It like gave me a huge confidence boost. And so to have, yes, really to have people around you that believe in you makes you believe in yourself more.
That's really crazy. Like to think of it that. I mean, it just shows how interesting the human mind is and the human body is, because if you didn't have that instilled in you, or someone else, maybe not you,
Yeah.
maybe they're capable, but no one's instilling this ideology. They don't have this ideology, and they can't achieve these things. And if you just learn about it, and someone instills it in you, you do achieve them. That's a whole nother topic about neuroscience and how the brain works, but that's pretty powerful. And again, like I really want to touch base on that. Like you are doing above average things as a person, but you're also living an average lifestyle, right? Like you're working full time,
Yeah.
and you're going after these huge goals. And we already talked about balance, but I would love to learn more like what a day-to-day actually looks like in your perspective.
Like currently?
Yeah.
Typically for a triathlete, you train twice a day, because there's so many sports that you have to do, so you can't just do one. And so I start with like a morning swim, then I get to work, then during the lunch hour, I strength train in the gym. That could be like, because strength training for me isn't like considered a workout. Like I don't.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just I feel like it's not cardio. It's really just like more power and like lifting heavy and everything. So I don't feel like if I don't sweat, I don't feel like it's a workout.
Okay.
So typically when I do strength training, there's also like a run at the end of the day that I do. Yeah.
Okay.
And also in triathlon, you have to do brick run, like biking and then run off the bike to get used to running on tired legs. So those are like big sessions that you do.
Yeah. When is Kona, by the way?
It's in October.
It's in October. So
Yeah.
you're going to do the Lake Placid one
On July 19th.
July 19th. That's
Hopefully
coming up.
qualify for
Okay, yeah,
in
hopefully.
October. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're sponsored right now, right?
Yeah.
Who are you sponsored by?
I have L'Hippopotame Athletics, which is a new tri-suit brand, like triathlon brands,
Right.
that they want to make high quality equipment for
Okay.
triathletes more affordable. So
Are they Montreal based?
yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And I have Shop Santé, which is your go-to one-stop shop for like everything nutrition-wise, supplements that you can get in all around Canada, I think, or Quebec. And I also have the Try Hard. It's a brand of shampoos, conditioners, and like body lotion, because as swimmers, our
Right.
hair can tend to get like
I heard
very
about that.
dry and
Yeah.
everything. The chemicals of the chlorine in the pools. So it's really nice to have like high quality products.
I'm gonna try to link you up with Kintra, the guys at Kintra, because they
Perfect.
can they're really good. I know they work with a lot of high end fighters and a lot of other athletes.
Nice.
I think they're working with one Olympic level runner maybe right now. I know they're working with guys in the NBA. I'll definitely link you up. Some of them are in Montreal, some are in
Perfect.
Toronto.
Awesome.
I think they can help you
Thank
out.
you.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think what you're doing is amazing. I think the fact that you're working full time and achieving these things is very like something that people can look up to and try to accomplish as well. And you're showing people that it's not impossible,
Yeah.
right? So I really appreciate you coming in.
Thank
And
you.
it was really nice talking to you.
Thank you for having
And
me.
I hope we can talk again sometime. And good luck at Kona or Lake Placid first.
Yeah, first.
Right? Yeah, let's land that. And yeah, awesome.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Thank you. You too.